Hey guys, this is Jacques from MakuluLinux, and I'm booting up here MakuluLinux Shift in a virtual machine. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it while it boots up, and then we'll dive into the actual OS itself. Now I know you guys have seen a couple of videos about it, mainly small clips, teasers, and so forth, but I don't think anybody really knows what Shift is really all about. So we attempted to do a Shift build before. 787 megs of RAM, that shoots up to 800. It's almost 600 in cache, so this is about average for GNOME. Okay, so we attempted to do a Shift build before, but at the time GNOME was going through a transitional period. A lot of stuff was being changed quickly. GTK versions were ticking over, themes were breaking, extensions were breaking on virtually every update, and so we did a cinnamon version of Shift, but it really didn't go well. And it's GNOME stabilized a lot since then. It's been a couple of years, and I've slowed a little bit in the background. I shelved it, but I've always been working on it, and this year I started really getting into it, and this is the result. So MakuluLinux Shift is basically built on the GNOME framework. It has elements of Cinnamon, Windows, Core, and Flash in it, so it's a little bit of a mix OS. It is plugin based, obviously, because it's GNOME, extension based. And so I'm going to just show you a little bit about the OS in this video. And I won't go into too much detail, but I'll show you around and you can see what Shift is all about. So if you boot up, this is the first thing you're going to see, obviously, is this desktop. Looks pretty, really pretty. It's got some icons on the desktop. It's got your standard traditional panel at the bottom with some extensions on the bottom right. It's got some favorite icons on the bottom left. It's got a menu. The menu looks like a standard menu, because this is the new standard if you think about it. Mint has this menu, Windows has this menu, many of the distros has a similar type of menu. The only difference is where they put this bar. Sometimes at the bottom, sometimes on the side, sometimes on the top, sometimes it's on this side. But you've always got the categories, and you've got your applications, you've got a search bar, you've got your logout buttons, and then you've got a couple of like system favorite icons. So this is all standard stuff. So this is the standard look that you get when you first boot up. But the reason for the name Shift actually was because we wanted a OS that radically changes your desktop, so you can sort of shift from one look to another. That was the original idea. And this is what this little, if you open up this little custom extension over here that we made, and you look there, there's a little thing called Layout Manager. If you open that, it will pop up this little GUI, nice little GUI, very neat and tidy. And if you look at it, you'll see here's, you've got different layouts, 4 different layouts, okay? So you've got your standard layout, this is the one that we're in now. And then you've got one called a scroll layout, and if I click that, it changes instantly. And if you open the menu now, you'll see it's got more of a sort of a touch-friendly scroll menu. Still got the search bar, but all your icons are laid out in sort of like a sheet kind of thing that you can scroll up and down with your mouse wheel or with your finger if you have a touch screen. So that's touch-friendly, very nice. Third one, you've got a panel layout. If you click that, it changes instantly again. And if you open up now, your menu looks like a panel that's popped out of the side of the screen. And this is kind of like a mixture between that one and that one, mixture between the first two, because it has your categories on the side here, little icons. They're all programs, accessories, graphics, internet, and so forth. But the icons are grid style, so it's also sort of touch friendly. So if you open up accessories, it will show accessories in like a grid style. And it's it's like panel mode, so it's quite big, the menu too. Very touch friendly as well. So you've got these three different menu layouts, okay? So it's the traditional, the scroll, and then the panel layout. And switching between them is easy, just a click of a button, click, and we're back there again. And then the last one, and this is the one I really actually want to get into, is the dock layout. Okay, so dock layout. So with one click, as you can see, one click, I go back to the traditional, just quick traditional, and one more click, and I'm suddenly in the dock layout. Now the dock layout is probably a one that a lot of people are going to like, especially the guys that like docks. They're going to really love this because it's got a side dock, so it's got the whole almost Unity look and feel. It's similar, it's not the same as Unity, but it's similar. You've got your activities at the top corner, you've got the menu just below that, and then you've got some favorite icons there. Your panel has moved from the bottom to the top, so you've got your clock in the center, and then you've got your extensions on the top right hand corner. If you actually open up something on the dock will auto IntelliHide, which is nice. But if you bring that back, you'll see it's got an indicator there. So it shows a little indicator. For example, how many of the same app is currently open. That's that little indicator. If you click on something on the actual dock, it will minimize and maximize like it should, like a standard panel does. So that's nice. Click again, maximize, click again, minimize. That's nice. But if you open up something else, let's say you've got two of the same items open. So now there's two little lines to indicate two file managers open at the same time. If you now click on them, it will actually take you to the overview menu where you can see each one, and then select which one you want to open. Let's say you open up three of the same, but obviously different directories. Let's go to boot or something. And now it's got three little lines, and if you click there, it will actually show all three in the overview, and you can just select whichever one. Okay, so that's really, really nice. Very, very nice. That was middle click, by the way. Anyway, that opens the last one. So, very, very nice dock. If you right click, GNOME has these, the top panel has these options where you can get into some of the app options. The same options are available if you right click on the actual dock when an item is open, so that's really nice as well. So yeah, so that's a nice little dock bar. I'm sure a lot of guys are going to enjoy that. And it's so easy to change. Just open the layout, one click, and you're back to your standard menu. Now you're back over there. Another click, you're in like the scroll menu. Another click, and you're back in the dock. Look how quick that is. The screen doesn't even refresh. It's so quick. It doesn't even get a chance to refresh. If you open up the actual menu, you'll get the sort of overlay menu, the standard sort of GNOME overlay menu. So that's really nice. You can scroll that with your mouse wheel, or you can access frequent items. You can search and so forth. Really, really awesome. Very, very awesome. If you like docks, you're going to enjoy this. You can move this dock too, by the way. You can move it to the bottom. You can move it to the side. It is a movable dock, so it's really nice. So you can move it around. So that's awesome. Let's go back to the traditional menu again, because I want to show one other feature. We also have a feature called backup and one for restore, and I'll show you what that is. If, for example, I change my panel, let's say I add something. Let's go to System Tools and I add BleachBit. Add to favorites. Now I've added BleachBit to favorites, which means it will put the BleachBit icon over here. But now if I change to a different layout, let's say I change, this is the traditional one, let's say I go to the panel layout or something, it will change to the panel layout, but it will reset my it will remove all of my custom settings and go to the default look as is in the picture. Now this is where the little backup option comes in. For example, let's go back to BleachBit and let's set that add to favorites. Okay, so now it's favorites. There we go. Let's back this up. So now I've backed it up. So I'm in panel layout at the moment, panel layout, and I've added a custom little BleachBit favorite there. Now I go change to, let's say, change to this traditional menu. Obviously, it's going to remove my favorites and any other extension. It will remove everything, and it will put me back into the traditional menu. But let's say I've now saved my layout, and now I've played with the layouts, and now I feel I want to go back to my original one, the one that I backed up. I just hit restore. hit restore, and panels back. My favorites icon is back as well. So we'll move that from favorites just to let's go traditional. Set that as my default backup. I like that one. Anyway, so this little layout tool is awesome. You know, we could still expand on this. This is just the 4 default ones we added, but we could add more. We can expand on this as time goes. The fact is, I don't think there's another distro in the world that has this feature. I don't think there's another distro that lets you swap between the traditional layout, a sort of touch-friendly layout, a mixture of traditional and touch-friendly layout, and to a dock with a click of a mouse. Just one click, boom, your whole desktop changes. How freaking awesome is that? I mean, I understand that people will set up their desktop once or twice, and then that's the way they'll use it, but you will get a percentage of the people that do like change. Now today they feel, oh well, you know, I'm getting a little tired of this look, let's go change it to the dock look, you know. Now we'll use it in a dock again for a while, and then, you know, a couple of days later he's like, oh no, I'm a little tired of the dock, let's change back to this, you know. So yeah, you will get people that will really like this feature. I mean, how awesome is this? Just click of a button and you just simply swap and change your whole desktop, change the complete look. I mean, do you know what you have to go through to implement a proper dock layout system? It's insane, the amount of extensions and scripts that have to be configured, and just everything has to be themed to look the same, and just it's quite a lot of work. I mean, yes, it's doable probably by most advanced Linux users, but they have to jump through so many hoops to get there, to even get that look. And here we do it with one click of a button. Just look at that, boom. Look how the themes just flow, you know, complement each other. Just everything's so awesome. Okay, so let's go back to the default one. It's like one of those clicky things, you just can't help but click it when you see it. Anyway, so that's the layout manager. I think this is going to be a big hit for most Linux guys that use this distro. They're going to really like the fact that they can change their whole desktop with a single click. So that's one of the things that I wanted to show. Then I actually wanted to get into the actual menu. So we've got the GNOME Software Center. Okay, it's default GNOME Software Center. And if you open something here, let's go to, I don't know, let's go twist and see here. Let's go see here. Okay, there we go. As you can see, Snapcraft, Snaps is installed, or Snapd. It's part of the system. Let's go find something else here. FlatHub as well. So you've got Snaps, Snapd, and FlatHub fully supported in the Software Center. That's awesome. Out of the box, Snapd and FlatHub already installed and configured, so you can just pull software from there, which means the Software Center is loaded with apps. Really nice. The other thing is, if you actually take something like an item, you can right click on an item, any item, and you can choose show details in the menu, and that will take you straight to the Software Center page of that item. So here you can go read up about the item, go to the website, read the reviews if there are any reviews, see the reviews, remove the item instantly. So this is like a quick uninstall. And if it's not installed, there will be an install button. So you can just basically go straight to the item page, the app page, just by right clicking and show details. So that I thought is a really nice feature in the menu. Just go straight to the app page. Another thing is, if something's not installed, but you search it in the menu, for example, we're searching for wine, but wine is not installed, and it will actually search the Software Center, and it will show all the options here. So let's say you want to install like wine or wine tricks, and it's not installed. You can just click. It will search it and find it. It will tell you Software Center, and you can just click straight on it, and it will also take you straight to the software page. And there's the install button. You can also read reviews, see information about the packages and so forth, and then just click install. So really some nice features of the menu. It's not just a pretty menu, it actually has some really nice features. And that applies for all the menus. Well, it doesn't matter the layout. Some other cool features, you know, that this obviously it's based on GNOME or GNOME framework, so it's got the extensions, which is really nice. So you can always add more extensions. We've got a little extension tool over here. You can add more extensions, enable, disable them. So that's really nice. Something else. This is. Or it uses some features, you know. Actually, let me rephrase that. On all of our distros, we always add some functionality into the right click menu. So if you right click on the desktop, you've got some options there that you probably wouldn't see in most operating systems. Mostly it's the desktop background and themes, so you can instantly change your background or instantly go to themes just by right clicking on the desktop. That's a feature that we've added to all our distros, which is awesome. In this distro, we've also added display settings, which is nice because you can just right click on the desktop and go straight to display settings. Okay, so that's nice. That's something I saw in Windows, but I haven't seen it in many Linux distros. So I don't know why, but anyway, you can just right click and just go straight to display settings. I thought that's a nice little shortcut. The other thing is we use the guys that have used Makulu before will know we use variety wallpaper changer. We've incorporated that into our system, but we actually created a GUI app that we've tied to that, and we've sort of expanded on this app over time. At first it was just sort of wallpaper options, one button. Now it's a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm just going to quickly run through this GUI for the people that have never seen it before. So you can just right click, choose desktop background, and it will pop up these options. Very nice, big button, touch friendly, which is great. Let's start with desktop settings, additional desktop settings. So over there you can switch things like your home is currently on, so you can switch that off, switch that on. So here you can control desktop icons, which is really nice. Trash bin is on, let's turn it off, turn it on. So these are like little lever switches. The moment you click it, it's instant, which is nice. Over here you got wallpaper options. You got none, zoom, stretched, scaled, and centered. So there's none, zoom, stretched, scaled, and centered, which is nice. Let's go back to stretched, which is default. So just some additional desktop options and wallpaper options, which is really nice. Now to get into the actual wallpaper options, you've got configure wallpapers. If you click on that, it will actually open up the variety preferences little tool, and here you can just add effects and go crazy with wallpaper options, which is really nice. So go back to right click desktop background again. You can actually here select, just click select wallpaper, and now it will pop up the available wallpapers in like a ribbon style. And as you can see here, we have a lot of abstract wallpaper. Shift uses a lot of abstract wallpaper, which is really nice. You've got some nice options in here. So yeah, some beautiful wallpapers. So you can just set a wallpaper and then right click and close. And then to change the background again, just desktop background, select wallpaper, and then choose another wallpaper, right click, close. So easy to do. You've also got the next and previous. If you click previous, it will go back to the old wallpaper. If you click next, it will go to the next one in line. Click next again, and it will go to the next random one. So really nice. So you can just, if you just want some random wallpaper, you can just click next or previous. So those are the desktop background options. You can select the one from a ribbon. You can configure. You can previous, next, set some options there, additional options. So nice little GUI tool to manage your wallpaper straight on your desktop. Just right click desktop background. You don't have to go through settings manager and a whole lot of crap. Just quick and easy desktop background. The same goes for themes. Now I don't know if you guys know how insanely crazy it is to theme in GNOME. Not easy, especially for the new guys. You have to install GNOME Tweak tool, and then you've got to install the user themes extension, and then you've got to find the themes that actually work with the GTK build that you've got currently, and the next GNOME build it updates and it breaks them. And oh man, what a mess it is to configure icons and themes and borders and things in GNOME. It's not easy. It's not something that's very user friendly. So we came up with a nice solution. Instead of making 20 different variations of icon sets and themes and so forth, we instead use one really beautiful icon set and one really sleek, nice looking theme that complements that icon set. And then instead we let you just change all the color variations. We started doing this with all of our distros, and it carries on into Shift as well, which is nice. So you've got all these light themes, color variations. You've got 2 dark ones. So you've got 2 yellows here, like a yellow and orange, 2 reds, a pink and a red, 2 purples, 2 blues, 2 greens, a brown and a gray theme. So it's gray, not black, because if we make it black, then of course it's not going to look all that great on black. So sort of it's like a silver gray on the black, which is really nice. As you can see, it just enhances the colors nice, but the icon sets are black, so that's really nice. Then you got brown, of course. Every time I click, everything changes. Then you got brown highlights, brown icon sets, everything. All the menus turn brown, so then everything's brown. The same if you go red. If you're a guy that likes red, the color red, for some reason a lot of the Vietnamese like the color red. It's probably because their national flag is red. They're very patriotic, and so they love red. So everything turns red. The same if you go blue. If you just love the color blue, all the icons are blue, the menus are blue, right click, highlights are blue, everything's blue. And of course you've got nice buttons that are very bright blue on the black background. It looks amazing. So you can run through the color variations and just choose a color that suits your preferences. Yellow, green, doesn't matter. There's green. Everything's green. If you like green, then you'll love that green. Or you've got a darker green as well. If you don't like the light green, you've got the darker green. So yeah, orange is the default, so you can run through these. You've got 2 dark themes as well, which is the white on the dark charcoal gray, as you can see, and then you've got the blue on the charcoal gray. So as you can see, you've got the blue, everything's blue, menus are blue, everything's blue. So you've got 2 dark themes, and then you've got all these light themes. Very, very nice, easy to access. Right click, themes, that's it. Right click, themes, that's it. You can also change mouse cursors just by clicking the mouse cursors, and they carry through, really reboot as they should. So that's nice. Just click a cursor and it's set, done. So changing backgrounds, just right click backgrounds, right click themes. Wow man, this is so nice. Just a couple of things that we've done that just makes life so interesting. And of course changing layouts is just click of a button and you're there, done deal. So awesome. Now I want to show on-screen keyboard. So you've got a nice on-screen keyboard that you can just access from anywhere. I mean, not from anywhere, just from the top extension. You can just click on-screen keyboard, and then it's on the screen, and then of course you can set your size and then use it if you want. Especially if you're using touch screen, this is nice to quickly access keyboard. That's really nice. I want to show full screen gestures, but to do that I'm going to change layout because I'm left-handed, so I draw gestures at the top corner here. So let's just go to Layout Manager. We go back to the traditional one. Then we go to full screen gestures. Let's show this. So enable full screen gestures. Now if you have a touch screen, like a touch screen laptop or a desktop PC with a touch screen panel, whatever, and you're one of those people that like to touch your screen a lot, this is nice because now you can just draw gestures on the screen. The M for menu, W for wallpapers. You got let's see, you got H for home. Sorry, it's difficult with a mouse really. You got H for there we go. H for home. L for leaf pad. You got a little hook to maximize, little hook to bring it down. You got Z to quit. So you can control a lot of your desktop, most of your desktop actually, and you can configure even more. Simply just by using gestures. The upside down T is terminal, like that. Sorry, like that. We go there, terminal. And O for Chrome, P for Synaptic Manager. You got refresh, quit, scroll, top, bottom, back, forward, run. Software Center is an S. So yeah, this was really nice. And you know, if you use these gestures for a few days, they become second nature. You know, you start memorizing what's what, and you start getting used to strokes. And you can also re-record your own strokes. Now, because I'm left-handed, everything slants to the left. You're right-handed, it might slant to the right. You can re-record your own strokes for these applications. The fact is that the gesture system is awesome, awesome, awesome for somebody who's using a touch screen and loves to touch the screen. It just saves time to open up certain apps and things, especially if you've got a touch screen and these little icons might be a little too small for your fingers, or you've got big fingers. Then, just scrolling a gesture on the screen is so much easier. And you can enable it. Simply just click there, enable, disable. That's it. It's so easy. Just click there, and then you click enable or disable. Poof, done, and it's on. Disable again will bring your mouse back to being a normal mouse. So those are some of the features that I want to show. I don't want to go into too much detail. It is a GNOME-based OS. GNOME-based framework. Runs. We've got 3 variations that are going live on the 25th of August. We got 2 light builds and 1 full build. The 2 light builds are Makulu Shift Lite Ubuntu, which runs on the 2004 repos, the new 2004 repos, and then we've got the Makulu Shift Debian, which runs on the Debian testing repos, which means it's semi-rolling release. So you get both Ubuntu and Debian flavors of Shift, which is awesome. The light build also has, this is the light build, it has almost nothing installed. You've got an image viewer, a web browser, Discord of course, no Office tools, no one media player, that's it, nothing else really, a couple of tools and so forth. It's and a notepad, leaf pad. There's almost nothing else installed, so it's very, very bare bone, which means you can install all your own software. Great. We also have a full build. The full build is also an Ubuntu version, and the full build has everything in it. It's got Wine and Steam and Lutris and Office suites and graphic apps and internet apps and audio players and music players, and it's got movie players. It's fully loaded, basically, the full build. Like most of our fully loaded OSs. The point is that we're releasing both a light build and a fully loaded build of Ubuntu. So if you want to install your own software, you can download the light build. If you want it preloaded, install the fully loaded build. Now I know what you're thinking, why would I want the fully loaded build? Well, because it's pre-configured. Wine and gaming and all that stuff is pre-configured out the box. All those 32-bit libraries are pre-configured. Wine is pre-configured. Everything's pre-configured. A lot of new guys or the average user doesn't want to sit for hours and hours configuring things. We've done it for you. So some people might enjoy the fully loaded build, where the more advanced users might like the light build. And of course, the difference between Debian and Ubuntu. I'm not going to go into all those differences now, otherwise we'll be sitting here all day. But if you like Debian, you'll enjoy the Makulu Shift Lite Debian, and if you like Ubuntu, you'll like Makulu Shift Ubuntu, either light or full build. So we cater to both. So that's nice. So we cater to the guys that like the traditional layouts, the guys that want the touch-friendly layouts. We also cater to the guys that like docks. They like their dock bars. And the guys, especially the guys that enjoy Unity. Remember the Ubuntu Unity? This is a very, very Unity look to it. So if you miss Unity, or if you miss that style of user-friendly or usability on the dock, you will insanely love this. It will literally bring you back to your Unity days. But then again, you can also move this dock. You can move it to the bottom or to the side. So if you like your dock at the bottom, or you like it at the side, or you like it at the top, this dock is movable. So you can move this dock as well. It's not set in stone that it must be on the side, but by default it is. So that's really awesome. If you're a dock guy, you will love this. If you're not a dock guy, hey, you'll still love it, because you can just simply change to another layout. How awesome is this? So yeah, you can see we've put a lot of work in this, insane amount of work in this. The guys have been testing for months to get this perfect, and I mean, it is so freaking nice at this point. Anyway, that's it from me today. This is MakuluLinux Shift is coming out around about the 25th of August, somewhere around there, within a day or two. We'll probably announce exact date on closer to the time, but we're aiming for August the 25th, which is really nice. And yeah, you guys will be able to download all 3 builds. There is a 4th build that's in the works, and that one's specifically touch friendly for like tablet PCs and so forth. But that one's still in development, and we'll give more news on that at a later date. For now, these 3 builds will be going live, the 2 light builds and the 1 full build, both Debian and Ubuntu. The Ubuntu build runs on kernel 5.4, the Debian build runs on kernel 5.7. So the kernels are pretty much up to date there. Yeah, so this is going live around the 25th of August. So something for you guys to look forward to. There's nothing like this on the internet. I can tell you right now, there's no distro like this out there. There just simply isn't. It's simple, not too complex. I mean, really simple. It's not complex. If you think about it, you click, you got a GUI, you got nice pictures that show you what to do. It's not very complex to use. Yet it has some nice complex elements that just, I mean, look at that. How many distros do you know that you can simply just do that? Just change from normal menu to touch-friendly menu to dock to sort of a hybrid menu. Just click around, just instant. Oh man, this is awesome. Anyway, so something else, if you guys like our project, please support our project. You can donate via PayPal, or you can become a Patreon member. You know, the Patreon guys that do support us, thank you very much for your support. Those guys have had access to Shift for quite a while already, maybe like a month and a half, 2 months already. They've been playing with Shift. You know, that's one of the nice things about being a Patreon supporter, is that you get access to early builds, you get access to the VIP chat room, you also get access to news. We're always feeding our Patreon guys news so they can see what's happening with the project. So that's nice. So if you want to donate to the project, either once-off donation via PayPal, we would really appreciate it. We are struggling to build the cash flow, especially in 2020. Times are tough. So we do appreciate any support. I'll put the links down in the description for that. You can either donate once off via PayPal, or you can become a Patreon member. That will be nice too, and get access to some really cool stuff. Anyway, guys, I've really enjoyed making Shift. I'm looking forward to the release. This is going to be mind-blowingly awesome. I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to enjoy it and really love playing with it. It's a nice OS. Remember, I'm running inside, look here, I'll show you. I'm running inside a virtual machine. As you can see, I'm running inside a virtual machine. So everything you've seen, how snappy and fast it is, and just all around so quick. This is on virtual hardware on a laptop. This is not even real hardware. This is not even a high-end desktop. I'm on a laptop built in 2011. Like, what's that? It's like a 9-year-old laptop. And look how snappy and fast this is. Can you believe GNOME runs so well on a 9-year-old laptop inside a virtual machine? So expect some nice things from Shift. Looking forward to releasing it. And I will see you guys soon in the next video. Cheers.